up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with a very special reaction for you. It is Markiplier Monday, that is right, fam. And for the most part, we've finished all of the MCU videos, Markiplier Cinematic Universe. So now we're gonna check out Game Theory's video on the MCU, but this came out about 3 years ago, I think. So it's gonna be very interesting to see because a heist and In Space with Markiplier Part 1 and 2 have not came out yet. So I'm really curious to see Matpat's theories on Markiplier before more of the lore came out and see, was he on track? Was he on target? Was he wrong or just way wrong? Even though that's still wrong. But anyways, you guys know I love Matpat on this channel and Markiplier as well, and their friendship is amazing, so I'm beyond hyped to check this out. But before we do, show Matpat some love and subscribe to his channel. And if you enjoy my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb acid intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo woo. Oh, let's go, Sauce Gang.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. My name is...
Wilford, you look different, fam. You look a lot different. God, Matpat, you look so much younger. Or, sorry, Wilford Pat, you look so much younger.
Dwarf Pat, and we are joined on the couch today by a very special guest. It's the man you love to tolerate, Matpat. Let's give him a round of applause, shall we? What? It's time for your interview.
How about it's time to not have a cringy intro joke at the expense of Markiplier personalities?
I don't think you get to decide what happens here today, Matpat.
Yes! We're tired of living in your shit.
Is that, Patiplier? No, but you gotta have dark in there. So, Dark Pat. That's Dark Pat. Dark Matt Pat. Dark Theory. I don't know.
It's time that we take back control.
Take back control? Since when did my channel have all these cheesy alter egos?
Nothing is as it seems.
Nothing is as it seems.
I'm king of the squirrels.
Oh my god! So I've only seen this character on, I think it was it Darkiplier versus Antisepticeye? I don't know, but this was awesome. Or maybe it was, no, sorry. It was Markiplier TV. So Squirrel Man, King of the Squirrels, whatever, I don't know, but just the peanut butter on the face looks too sus, chat. Too sus. Oh, sevens! Oh, sevens!
Hello everybody, my name is Matpat and welcome back to Game Theory. The show where I'm constantly asking myself the deep existential questions like what qualifies as a game theory and what qualifies as a film theory. Well, that line's about to get a bit blurrier since smack dab in that juicy gray area is today's episode. An episode where I work to expose the secrets of Markiplier. One of YouTube's top...
I'm telling you, so we've been reacting to Markiplier, I think, for 2 months now. And the dude has quickly gone from me not seeing any of his content to top 3, maybe even top 2 YouTuber. I don't know. I love his I love this dude. This dude's awesome. I love platonically. Same thing as KSI. I love him. I love him.
Gamers, top channels, and top creators. But when I say expose, I'm not asking you to whip out your tub of popcorn Keemstar style or start the Markiplier is over party hashtag trending on Twitter. I'm not Shook or T-Spill after all. Nope, Markiplier is far from over. In fact, he's only just beginning. You see, the secrets I'm exposing...
You have no idea back in history, Matpat. Heist ain't even out yet. In Space Part 1 and 2 ain't even out yet, bro.
Today are the pieces of a conspiracy that he's been seeding across
I think
multiple channels and
Who
dozens
Killed
of
in a
videos
Date?
for nearly 5 years. An
Maybe
underlying
Damien?
plot woven
Maybe?
throughout his and other creators'
I don't know how old
uploads that
No,
even
no,
his
Damien
most
ain't out yet.
hardcore of fans probably overlooked. But now that he's empowered to make whatever he wants,
I have the opportunity to make literally whatever I want whenever
Yes.
I want.
the mystery is all starting to crack open, and as evidenced by the recent Go Back to Sleep, will soon take over the channel. So what truth am I exposing about Markiplier's channel? What lies in the future for Markiplier?
That's such an evil smell. Like,
Well, loyal theorists, it's simple. He's gonna be revealed as a
fresh in
murderer.
that suit, though.
Let me explain. Over the course of 6 years, Markiplier has done over 4,000 videos on YouTube. People wonder why
That's
so
crazy.
many YouTubers these days are talking about burnout. Anyway, in order to do that much content, you're gonna need to test out a lot
Crazy.
of
I'm
wacky
over
ideas.
1,000,
And Mark's
though.
video.
Chat, I'm over 1,000 videos, bro. I definitely ain't no quarter of the way to to 30 million subs. Heck no. I'm barely halfway to a push button plaque, but we're gonna get there, chat. We will get that push button plaque. Believe you me, chat. I'm willing it to happen.
Videos are certainly no
Okay, I
exception.
digress.
From staring at a banana for 5 minutes to carving pumpkins dressed like a little German girl. Wait,
That's a
3
video?
million views on 5 minutes of him watching a banana? 2 million on him
What?
warming up his voice? What am I doing with my life? Why would I spend tens to sometimes hundreds of hours working on a video? But perhaps most notably has been him introducing various characters into his Let's Plays and comedic sketches over the years. Some, like Googleplier, Dr. EVERYTIME, and Bim Trimmer, appear in a small handful of videos, but then you have others that
only
are more
seen them on
well-known
Markiplier
recurring
TV too.
personalities like the pink-mustached Wilfred Wolfstache and the evil Darkiplier. Now, here's where things start to get really interesting. Unlike
Oh,
most
they
other
do.
YouTubers who would use these characters as just one-off jokes, it's becoming increasingly clear that Mark is using them to create an extended universe of sorts, and that these alter egos, led by Darkiplier, are actually engaged in a plot to overtake Mark's channel. A plot that we're in the midst of watching unfold in the non-gameplay focused uploads. It all begins with what seems like a throwaway joke at the end of an upload in mid-2017 titled Markiplier TV, in which Wilfred Wolfstache is in a pitch meeting with the other alter egos.
Wolfstache.
But Darkiplier implies that there's something bigger up his black and white glitchy sleeve. Take Back Control seems to imply that the alter egos are out to become the main focus of the channel. And if that seems too meta for you, it's not. Later on in the scene, Darkiplier acknowledges that the channel exists. Dark also knows that the only reason he continues to exist is that the audience cares about him. It's something that Mark openly acknowledges about the character's lore when he's asked about it. As he posted on Tumblr, quote, I should do it in Markiplier's voice, I'm Markiplier. I'm Markiplier. For the people picking Darkiplier as their favorite character of mine, I don't know who Darkiplier is. He is not a character I play. I don't even know when you all started calling him by that name. You made him real. 10 out of 10 YouTuber impressions, ladies and
Now he
gentlemen.
knows
His
who you
voices,
are.
I am not.
Why
In
did you
fact,
do this?
Darkiplier's lack of focus on the channel in the past irks him. After the character was put on hiatus for a while, he makes a surprise reappearance in the middle of Mark's Valentine's Day special, A Date with Markiplier,
Yes!
where he reveals his frustrations.
I've been pushed aside, replaced, mocked.
And this is something that Mark openly acknowledges about the character in one of his charity live streams as he speaks candidly about the creation of this scene.
I joked about Darkiplier because it didn't seem like something people wanted to take seriously. Darkiplier is a completely separate entity from who I am. But he admires what I've accomplished. He's a social manipulator. He is literally 100% manipulative. He leads you
Not 92%, not 5%, 1 Benjamin percent a manipulator.
into this false sense of security, and he wants you to trust him because he wants to take advantage of you.
So basically what we're talking about here is Markiplier's Legion of Doom, a creepy, manipulative, evil persona leading a band of alter egos to take down Mark and
I mean, that actually fits. That's some good editing. That looks really good, bruh. I like
steal
it.
his success. But why then is there this emphasis on Darkiplier being a separate entity from Mark? To understand that, we need to look at Mark's most ambitious project to date, Who Killed Markiplier? Last October, Mark
Oh God, So, don't get me wrong, like, In Space with Markiplier is what introduced me to Markiplier and the MCU. Amazing, I love it. But God, fam, Who Killed Markiplier is so good. Like, it's definitely not a choose as you go, but it does such a good job at really setting the foundation of this massive MCU. I mean, massive. And there is a special place in my heart for Who Killed Markiplier. Oh, so good.
Markiplier launched a 4-part miniseries titled Who Killed Markiplier, along with an ancillary website to house more of the mysteries and pieces of evidence. What at first seems like a beautifully shot, goofy little murder mystery a la Clue actually turns into the origin story for Mark's most prominent and most dangerous alter egos, Wilford Warfstache and Darkiplier. The story goes thusly. When Markiplier, yeah, just regular old sexy-voiced King of FNAF Markiplier, winds up dead at a poker night with his childhood friends Damien and the over-the-top Colonel, it's up to you and Abe the detective to discover the culprits.
God, I'm such a fan of Abe. Abe is so good, chat. And he's Gunther, right? The guy that plays Abe also plays Gunther. We love Gunther on this channel. Come on now.
An answer that you might think would be pretty obvious by the end of the 4 videos, but isn't really. To get a truly complete picture of the solution to this mystery, you have to pick apart subtle clues hidden in the videos. A room appearing here, a female hand there.
The female hand was a big one. That was a big one to let you know that what you thought has been happening, like at the beginning of Who Killed Markiplier, is changing. And then when you start seeing different colors,
lilt in a voice, the repeated motif of
see, you see how this is flashing right here? And then you got the red and blue
colors. Or honestly, you could just watch Mark's I Explain Everything video for 3 hours.
We're gonna play the video here, and we're gonna play it in like half speed and talk about it from top to bottom.
Long story short, Mark, Damien, and the Colonel all grew up together. Mark falls in love and marries a girl named Celine, who gets stolen away, not in a romantic way, by Jumanji Reject over there. Mark, heartbroken.
What do you mean not in a romantic way? 100%. Didn't Celine leave Markiplier for the Colonel?
Hatches a plot for revenge, in which he gets the friends together for a poker night, then plans to fake his death, for lack of a simple explanation, and frame the Colonel for his murder. Oh, and the house is controlled by an evil entity in charge of a parallel plane of existence that can bring people back to life. You know, just a minor detail there in the story. In the end, the revenge plot works, just not
like that, just a minor detail. Literally, that minor detail affects the rest of the MCU.
The way he expects. Mark's soul steals Damien's body, the Colonel goes insane after watching his friends die and then come back to life, and your body, yes, you, the character that you play in this whole story, your body ends up getting possessed by the red spirit.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, hold the front door, bro. I thought he was saying the Colonel took over everybody. Like, no. The Colonel becomes Wilford Mother-loving Warfstache. Oh, yeah, see? Yeah.
Of Celine, the blue spirit of Damien, and a little sprinkling in of evil house entity for flavor. The Colonel, convinced that death is now meaningless, goes on to become the insane killer/news reporter Wilford Warfstache. You can tell because his red suspenders fade to pink as they age. And your character's unique mix of souls becomes Darkiplier, as evidenced by the female hand grabbing the cane and the red and blue split motif that comes with Darkiplier appearances that directly mirror.
And yeah, literally right there when you see Darkiplier in the mirror.
There's the blue soul of Damien and the red soul of Celine. Oh, and you as the person who's been watching this whole time, well, you're left behind as irrelevant, helplessly watching Darkiplier as he walks away with your body. Now, here's why all this is important. It establishes an internal lore with the channel. Mark isn't what he seems. Markiplier, by being a key figure in all these narratives, is himself a character just like Wilford or Darkiplier is. A character who devised a plot to kill someone, possess their body, and continue on with their life, which includes a life creating a successful YouTube channel.
So this is, how old is this, chat? This is, let's just say 3.5 years. So in 3.5 years, Mark's got about 9 more million subs. Bro, that's crazy.
That's how Darkiplier can say things like,
and then he had the gall to not invite me to his little adventure with you.
That clip from A Date with Markiplier is happening after the events of Who Killed Markiplier. We know this, 1, because Dark exists in the first place, and 2, because of this line.
I'm tired of giving people a choice.
which is a direct reference to this moment from Who Killed Markiplier.
I won't force this on you. You have a choice here.
What this means is that any video at any time on the Markiplier channel can be Mark in character. In fact, they could all be Mark in this character. It's canon to the lore of this Mark v. Dark storyline that he's created. And if we're being honest, Mark's character in this fictional metaverse is, quite frankly, a jerk.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. My name is Markiplier.
Rich and
now,
bougie.
this evening, it's not all about the poker. It's not all about me. It's about you.
Sure, he went through this personal heartache at the hands of the Colonel, but he went on to steal the body of his friend. And look at this. We see it in the meta ending.
Let's just not say he went on to steal the body of his friend. He got his friend murdered.
Of a date with Markiplier.
I used to be somebody. Maybe not something good, but I was somebody who worked on great projects. Now I'm working on this bull.
Obviously, this isn't the Markiplier that we know and love who's creating this series for us to watch. Adding to that, we know that this is an older Mark who's been in a long-term committed relationship because of this line.
Any calls?
Your kids called.
I don't care. Tell me when my agent calls me.
It's Mark inside Damien's body, but it goes beyond just the scripted narrative sketches. Listen to this from one of his normal vlogs.
I make videos, but I can make great videos.
Would Mark the person ever call his work bad? Or be this arrogant on camera? Or is this Mark the character? Here are some other good quotes from that particular vlog.
I used to be someone that wanted to be someone else, the soul behind the channel. And so Mark took the back seat. You know what I mean?
Even stuff like this.
I haven't been honest. I haven't been open.
Mark, you talk openly to the audience all the time in live streams, vlogs, whatever. Unless, of course, when you say you're not being honest, you really mean that you're not being honest about who you really are. And if you think I'm just stretching out this fourth wall breaking theory on Mark's channel, I'm not. The characters have been breaking out and crossing over into the non-skit videos. Special thanks to Reddit user FNAF Theorist 13 who alerted us to this one, but take a look at Mark's playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club, and you see how Darkiplier's plan is in full effect here. Each video has a poem written in the description box by a different character. Not Yuri or Monica and the rest of the club like you would expect, but by Wilford, Darkiplier, and some other characters from Who Killed Markiplier. The first poem is clearly by Wilford, since the closing line is "Let's have some fun," which is the same mentality as Wilford's final lines of
Why don't we have a little fun?
The opening line of the poem also mentions, "Once upon a time I had an afro." And wouldn't you know it, but 7 months after this video was posted, we get ourselves Wilford Mother-Lovin' Wharf Stash, the continuation of Wilford's story post Who Killed Markiplier, and what do we have? Him in an afro. This is elaborate stuff that is spanning years on this channel. Episode 4's poem comes from Darkiplier. The mention of thrones and kings directly connects to the way he speaks in Darkiplier versus Antisepticeye.
This world.
Great chat. It's crazy how much stuff all this MCU just like little bit of here, a little bit of there. I mean, this is why we need someone like Matpat to connect all the dots for us. It makes it so much easier to pay attention to.
And the most important one is reserved for Markiplier himself. In episode 5's description, a mind you'll break, a soul you'll shake, a life you'll take. It's all your fault. It's about Mark and how in the story he intentionally broke the Colonel's mind and then shook Damien's soul free from his body to steal it, and how he's eventually going to kill someone on the channel. So why does any of this matter? Well, first, we just confirmed that a top YouTuber is a murderer. He's kind of like Enter. He scooped the soul out of someone else's body and spaghetti roboted his soul into it. And this revelation is something that Mark can canonically roll out on any video at any time. You'll never actually be sure which Mark is speaking to you, actual Mark or character Mark. It's incredibly meta. But even more importantly, it gives you a preview as to the direction his channel's headed. Clearly, there is this literal Legion of Doom fighting for control over Mark's channel, and Mark is now building out their backstory. Wilford Mother-Lovin' Wharf Stash was a continuation of the Who Killed Markiplier storyline, where we see the Colonel assume his new identity as Wilford and start developing his signature pink mustache. And now, with Go Back to Sleep teasing a return of Darkiplier, it looks like the alter egos are truly making their move to take back control over the channel. We even see the returning motif of a retro TV, just like in Markiplier TV. Even the line, It's a reference to the channel, how Mark made it at a time when he was at his lowest of lows. Family tragedy, broken relationship, medical trouble, jobless. But this time, based on the creepy imagery, it looks like it might be telling the story of Celine. Notice the female figure floating there in the abandoned cabin in the woods. Could it be where the Colonel kidnapped Celine too?
Yes.
We'll have to wait and see.
I mean, literally, the abandoned cabin in the woods, it's Damien.
But lastly and most importantly, this matters because this is the cool stuff that is just so exciting to see on YouTube. Talented visionaries getting to make the stuff that they wouldn't be allowed to make anywhere else. A choose-your-own-adventure dating series, a Clue mystery with dark horror themes, a brain-bending ARG that ties it all together and blurs the lines between reality and fiction. That's what I've always loved most about YouTube. The creative freedom that can't be found anywhere else. And I hope that other creators are able to follow Mark's example, and that the platform rewards that creativity in kind. But hey, that's just a theory. Who even cares at this point? A theory.
Game theory. Come on.
Bye-bye.
Yes, come on, chat. Oh, my Lanza. Now, in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have watched the newest one that came out, because I reacted to it the day it came out. And I don't even remember that much of it. Which one was that called? Let's see here. Hold on. 1 month. Oh, Game Theory, the end of Markiplier, in space with Markiplier. And I got such a bad memory, chat, and I usually do like 2-3 reactions a day. So a lot of like older stuff, it just goes out my brain, you know, my brain. But I am so glad we reacted this, because I gotta give credit to Matpat. Like, he was pretty on par with just about everything that was going on. I mean, I know Markiplier really gave a lot of details out when he did his explain everything that happened in 3-hour stream, but still Matpat did Matpat and his team did a really good job of connecting all these dots from different videos, like the poems. I didn't know, no one's told me about these poems yet. I think that's awesome. I mean, that's just how good Markiplier is. I just putting these little Easter eggs everywhere, and I guarantee you, chat, there's Easter eggs to this day still that have not been found yet. But God, do I love Markiplier cinematic universe. It's amazing, and I hope that In Space Part 2 was not the end all be all for it. I mean, even if it is, I'm glad I was there for the finale, than not there at all. But I really hope that there's gonna be more, because we love it, and I love you guys watching this and just being a part of my journey into the MCU, which is the Markiplier cinematic universe. But yeah, Matpat, great video. I think he hit the nail on the head. I like this. Let me know what you agree with, what you don't. But I think for the most part, I think he literally got it perfectly. So I don't think there's much I can crack or not. But again, it was just really cool seeing this, because this was out before arguably the biggest 3 videos, which is a heist with Markiplier, In Space Part 1 and Part 2. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Happy Markiplier Monday. And if you enjoyed my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free, and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind of one another. And that's all I got. Boom! No, I don't know. Spotify messed me up with this dang ad read. Peace out, fam. I love you guys. Woo, woo, woo! Cuckoo! Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm weird, I know.